Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin.
29-year-old man dies in 3-vehicle crash. After 2-year delay, homeowners get keys to NHT's Howard Avenue apartments. And later in sports, under-20 reggae boys earn dramatic draw versus Panama.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Shamela Pullen. Here are the details. A 29-year-old man is dead following a 3-vehicle crash along the Lyssons main road in St. Thomas late Wednesday night. The deceased has been identified as Rojaye Afflick. Police say Mr. Afflick lost control of his vehicle while trying to overtake another motor car, crashing into the side wall of a bridge. His vehicle then triggered a chain reaction collision involving 2 other cars. Mr. Afflick was pronounced dead at hospital. Authorities continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding that claim the lives on the Trelawney bypass recently. Road safety advocates are also renewing calls for motorists to obey speed limits, remain alert behind the wheel, and practice responsible driving to help prevent further loss of life. More in this report.
The deadly crash has left families grieving and the wider community searching for answers. While investigations into the cause continue, Mayor of Falmouth Colin Gagers says every fatality is one too many and is urging road users to learn from the tragedy.
One life lost is one too many. And losing 7 lives in one incident or an accident is cause for concern. There might be many reasons that contributes to such an accident, but this is a life learning experience for those of us who use the road.
The mayor is encouraging motorists to put safety before speed, reminding drivers that reaching their destination safely is more important than getting there quickly. He also urged anyone feeling tired behind the wheel to pull over and rest before continuing their journey.
Drivers shouldn't be afraid to pull over, get a nap, and make sure that they can manage. We might want to reach our destination in a certain time, but it is best we reach there sound. There are cause for concerns too, because we do think, yes, street lights is needed at various sections, at our traffic lights, and that would help to ease down the speed of the traffic that we are traveling. So, yes, we are also making representation for street lights.
The mayor says he will again lobby the relevant authorities for additional traffic lights and improve street lighting along sections of the bypass. He argues that the measures could help reduce speeding and improve visibility.
Many of us, we aren't operating in the speed limit that it is. So that's why sometimes we aren't so concerned about our surroundings where we are. An accident like this one do happen. I want to hope and pray that we won't have any more for this year, but we can avoid that if we be careful how we use the road.
Carrie Simpson, TVJ News.
Almost 2 years after completion, the NHT apartments at Howard Avenue have been finally handed over to recipients. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness explained the reason for the delay at Wednesday's handing over ceremony. More from Andrew Chisholm.
This is the Howard Apartments, located on Howard Avenue in the Kingston 11 area, close to Hagley Park and Waltham Park roads. The complex has 248 studio apartments and was developed by the NHT in partnership with the Centauri Real Estate Company. The cost, just under $10 million each. The initiative forms part of the NHT's First Home program, After a period of time, the original homeowners will be able to sell back the starter units to the NHT, who will make the unit available to another contributor.
And so within a decade or so, we should have a pool of houses that will always be there for young people to be able to acquire. Hold them until their life cycle need change, and then they can move on to a bigger, better unit.
As for the original homeowner, they will be able to get another NHT benefit to buy another home. Until then, the Prime Minister urged the residents to think about their neighbors.
Your neighbor has to wake up and go to work at the hospital at 4 a.m. and you are blasting music at 1 a.m. You're in your room and you say, you know what? Boy, I have to get some herbs for my pain in my knee. And you light up. And the whole block lift up with you. I'm saying all of this in a funny way to communicate to you clearly that you must be conscientious of your neighbor.
Ground was first broken for the Howard Apartments in 2022. Dr. Andrew Holness said the project was finished 18 months later. So why the delay in handing over?
In this instance, it was a delay due to infrastructure. When we put up these lovely units, especially when they go above 2 stories, as this one does, I gather this is about 4 stories, we have to ensure that we have sufficient water pressure to reach the 4th floor. And when we have units that are clustered in a small land footprint as we have here, the demand on the electricity grid at that point is high. And therefore, infrastructure to ensure that the electricity demand can be met has to be in place.
Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
Jamaica's justice system is taking another step to introduce new digital tools aimed at improving efficiency and access. At the recent opening of a new record center and the launch of mediation booths, Chief Justice Brian Sykes outlined how technology will transform the way courts operate. More in this report.
The justice system is entering a new digital era. Speaking at the official opening of the Record Center and Mediation booths on Tuesday, Chief Justice Brian Sykes announced the introduction of a digital audio recording system into the courts.
It is not technology for the sake of technology. It is about improving the record of trials. And once you have the record of the trial in digital form, then it can be easily turned into text.
The move forms part of a broader push to implement the Integrated Electronic Case Management System. It's a platform expected to fundamentally change court operations.
IECMS is not about replacing persons. It is not about displacing persons from their jobs. It is about integrating the technology into your workflow and work process. It is to make your life easier, to make work more efficient.
Justice Sykes emphasized that the new systems are designed to benefit not just court staff, but the wider public. With records now being digitized and centrally stored, retrieving critical information will be significantly faster.
The person can simply communicate with the record center, give the necessary information, and the information is retrieved within 15 minutes and sent to whomever needs to get it.
He says these developments represent a continued evolution of Jamaica's legal system aimed at improving service delivery and ultimately enhancing the quality of life for citizens. For Justice Sykes, the success of the initiative will depend on proper use and full integration of the technology across the system. Carrie Simpson, TVJ News.